and we are going to try as much as possible to do one project tonight before we end this class. um I will do us a favor. I don't know. Okay, I want you guys to tell me which one you prefer. Which one you prefer? I intended doing yesterday's videos and Friday's videos so that I'll send them. You can go through them, but I couldn't because I was somehow busy and rain really disturbed us here in Lagos today. That one is an option, the first option. Maybe I should do the videos for yesterday and day before yesterday to conclude this training, or I should send you a slide. That's my presentation so that you can go through it. Which one will you prefer? Which one will you prefer among the two options?
I think for me, I think that video will be very good for us.
Okay.
We can watch it over and over and then
Okay.
can understand it.
Mr. Adegoke.
I agree with Mr. James, sir.
Okay, better. Actually, the same thing in my mind, because if you assume you have decided to go for the slide, just like textbook, you just be reading, be reading. There won't be enough time. In fact, there won't be that opportunity to get more explanations. But with videos, I can be able to explain over and over and give more examples aside from the one we have on the slide. So let's quickly start. Let me share I've shared my screen already. Let me show us the slide. This is where we are going to start from this tonight. List. So a very quick one. It's being recorded. Don't worry. I will still share this video with you guys. Now, in Python, anywhere you want to work with Python, there are these 4 data types that you can't escape. They are inevitable in Python, that you cannot do without them. Can you see my screen clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So I just want you to hold these 4 data types we are going to explain tonight. I will try as much as possible to finish the 4 tonight. These 4 data types, the first one is list, the second one is tuple, the third one is set, the last one is dictionary. As you can see on the slide on the screen, the first of all treated list. It said lists are used to store multiple items in a single variable. I believe by now we all know what a variable is, a perfect way or the legal ways to create our variables and to assign values to them. Now, in the advance of it, we have another thing called list. And what is that list? List is a variable also. List is also a variable that allow multiple items to be stored inside of it. Even from the word list itself, English word list means we should list something, not single one this time around. The previous knowledge we had is a variable will have a single value, either x equals to 5 or x equals to a particular thing, either y equals to something or y equals to this, age equals to your age or age equals to your age, fine, or anything, address equals to address, telephone equals to telephone, something like that. But in this case of list, we can have age and we have plenty of the values. We can have age, your age. I can collect Mr. Degoke's age, I can collect Mr. Dave's age, I can collect Miss Christabel's age. I can collect my age and put everything together and it will be inside one variable. So to do that, we use the word list to denote that. I believe it's clear. Now, aside list, we have other types which are listed here. The first one is tuple, The third one, sorry, the second one after list is tuple. The second one, the third one is now set, while the last one is dictionary. You see these 4 data types I'm talking about. Please and please, if you don't even know anything again in Python, this 4 data type is enough. If you can work with them and try to understand them very well, at least you are good to go. Now, the next slide says lists are one of the 4 built-in data types in Python used to store collection of data, like I have explained. While the 3 others are these, all with different qualities and usage. You see this clause there, that is all the 4 data types, they are with different qualities, different functionalities, different method of identifying them. Now it now goes further and says lists are created using bracket. Let me quickly, that is one thing about video. That is one thing about video. Excuse me. So let me launch this in. If you can see my screen, you see in normal mathematics, we have this type of bracket. Fine, let me now split them so that you can see them clearly.
Hello, sir.
Yes sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes sir. Yes sir, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Mr. Dave, I can hear you. Okay, maybe your network, you lost your network. Okay, just let me know when you are online back. So I just want to make it clear more. You see these brackets, they are very important. They are very important. Very important. Don't joke with them. Yes sir. Yes, Mr. Dave, I can hear you now.
I can't see your screen. I don't know.
Wow,
I
really?
can't see your screen.
Even till now?
The link, the code.
A code? Mr. Babajide, can you see my screen?
Hello, sir.
Yes sir, can you see my screen?
I can see it, but not very clear. I just
confirm that. Am I the only one?
What can you see? What can you see? Let me hear. Right now, what can you see? Right now, what can you see?
It's only picture.
Pictures, right?
Yes.
Yes, our pictures.
Yes, sir.
Then what about now? What can you see?
We can see Python.
See only your picture.
What about now?
We can see Python now.
Okay. It's out now.
You can see this.
You can see it now.
Yes, it should be network.
Picture now.
Picture. It's not picture. This is not picture.
It's okay now.
Okay, good.
It's okay now.
Okay, good. Try to ignore this so that you see it clearly. So you see this first bracket. You know how many brackets do we have? Quickly unmute yourself. I want you to contribute to this. How many brackets do we have? Or do you know? 3. The first one is what? Parenthesis. Yes. The second one? Curly. The third one? Square bracket. So, Mr. Dave. Okay, you are not here. Maybe you are having issues with your network. So, in programming, it's not just 3. We have up to 10 in programming, but I will limit it to 4 now. So maybe in the nearest future you can find the remaining one. You will surely come across them. So the next one, which is not always being specified, is this. This is also a bracket. Mr. Adegoke, can you see my screen? The greater than the less, yes sir, the greater than the less sign symbol, they are also bracket. We can use it to group something. That is in
Yes, sir.
programming.
It's not bold enough, sir. I don't
Eh,
think you can increase the fonts.
no, there's no way I can increase it. That's it.
Okay,
Are
sir.
you not using your system? It's only when you are not using your system you will be complaining like this. If you are with your system, you surely see it. You are not with your system,
Sir.
sir.
I'm using my phone to connect, sir.
No, that's phone is always the phone. There's no way how big it's going to be. It will even make it shrink. Talk less of we are writing code. It will now make it worse. So this is what I will do. Just always try to use system, especially to see. This way now. There's no way I can zoom it. There's no way. But this is greater than. This is less than. So it's another type of bracket in programming. So just need to take note of that. Now you see this 1 2 3 that I listed out. Aside this one you'll be using it later. Not in fact you'll be using it in JavaScript a lot. So I won't be talking much about this. I will delete it. Now I mentioned the 4 data types. I mentioned list. The next one they mentioned tuples. The next one they mentioned dictionary and set. Now if you look at what this slide says, lists are created using the square brackets. And if you look at this example, you have it here. Now look at this. This list is a variable name. They use this list as a variable name. Once you can't see my screen, just let me know immediately so that I will quickly check. So this list now is a variable name. But if you look at the value equals to, instead of it to have just only one apple with only one double quote, they now enclose it with this square bracket. The ability of this, or the introduction of this square bracket, makes this variable name to accept plenty values. So the only way you can assign plenty values, that is more than a value, to a particular variable name, is to assign this square bracket, that is the list method, or the tuple method, or the set method, or the dictionary method, which we are going to be explaining later. But for now, we are explaining the list method. How do we declare a variable name with plenty of values? So we use this square bracket for list. And if you come back to this third line, it says all with different qualities and usage. Now what is the reason, or why must we use this? When should we use it? Is very, very important. Now if we go further, I will come back to this slide. Let me see what this slide. These are the properties of a list. I will now go back to that example, or I'll go further and give more example. It says lists are items that are ordered. You know what I mean by ordered? That is, they are arranged. Lists are changeable. That is, we can change one value. We can say we don't want it again, or we can replace it. Change means if we want to change something, either we remove it or we replace it. That's, we can do something like that to any of the values listed inside of this square bracket. Then the last one says inside of list allow duplicate values. That means if you have apple, you have banana, you have cherry, you can have apple again, you can have cherry again, you can have banana again, as many times as you want, inside of a list. Now why do we need to do this, or when do we think we need this knowledge? A situation whereby I'll be giving you some reality application. A situation whereby a bank called you as a developer. I like to use bank, I don't know. A bank called you, because most of these cybersecurity guys or web app developer, they work with organizations, especially mostly banks. Now they might call you, okay, fine. our customers are becoming large or larger to an extent that we cannot accommodate them any longer. The queue in our branches are getting out of hand. Now, you as a developer, help us create an app that will reduce the crowd. How? We want our customers to stay at their homes, at their various either homes or anywhere they prefer, and access this app. Then they should be able to lodge complaint if you are to submit their details like names, address, phone numbers, all those kind of things. Then you should create an app that anywhere they are, they should be able to submit these things without coming to the branches and cause crowd. Now, this is one of the idea you need. You now need to think, okay, fine, I need to create, instead of this list, you can say names of customers. Names of customers is here, or names of clients, anyhow you want. You as a developer, nobody will dictate what to use for you. You be the one to think of the kind of variable name that you can easily recall or you remember. You just say, okay, the first thing I need their names. Okay, fine. The first thing is I need the name. So we now use with some other knowledge, but this square bracket is very, very important, because in a name, inside name variable, it's possible you are working with, I don't want to mention a particular bank, it's possible you are working with a particular bank, and in that bank, thank God, Mr. Adegoke Babajide, you must have known that in your bank, I don't know which bank you use, in your bank, it's not only you that bears Adegoke, it's not only you that bears Babajide. The same thing happens to Mr. Dave. It's not only you that bear Dave, it's not only you that bear Aruna. We have lots of them. Now you have to now bring the properties of this thing, that okay, it's possible that if I'm to collect names from this customer, like 10 or more among them could have the same name. Okay, which of this data type that will allow them to submit even if they have the same name? It is list that will allow that, because from the properties it says list allow duplicate values. Value could be anything, it could be numbers, it could be telephone, anything, age. So even if you get to age and you want the client to submit their age, it's possible the age tallies. A client can be 40, another client, in fact, 50,000 of them can be 40. So you should know when to use that square bracket. That is those are the things very, very important to consider when you are to select. Is it list, is it tuple, is it set or dictionary that you must set the values to? Am I making sense? If you are following me, just let me know, or if there's any question. Hello, or have I lost the internet? You can hear me, so thank you. Yes, all what I have explained so far, do you grab it, or if there's any one you want me to re-explain before I move on? I've given some applications of where to apply this list of a thing. I don't know when you joined, so I don't know where in particular, or do you grab everything? I should just move on. Okay, exactly. Now the order, when we say list are orders, that is, they are arranged, they are well arranged. And what do you mean by arranged? If for instance, now you be the first person to submit your details to the bank, myself be the second person to submit the details to the bank, maybe next is Mr. Dave, the next person should be Mr. Adegoke. If four of us submit our details to the bank, it's not going to scatter it, it's going to arrange it the way we submitted the information. That is one thing about this order. Or this order doesn't, in fact, it's not even that important. But the important thing in list is that it allowed duplicate values. Like the very beautiful example I've used, that in a particular bank which I've not mentioned name, 50,000 or more than that, it's possible for them to have the same name, either first name or their last name. It's possible. So you should know that when you are creating an app and you are expecting users to submit something related to that, it is list method you are going to use to declare that variable. So that is that. There are a lot of situations whereby you must not use that list method. And what are the situations? In that same application you are creating, that you are expecting the users or the client, yes, the customer, to submit their information. A column where you get to what's it called, telephone number, you be the one to now think, is it possible for two, minimum of two, in fact maximum of two self, not even minimum, is it possible for two different customers to be using the same telephone number? It's not possible. It's never going to be possible in this world. In that case, you now go and look for among these four data type. The first one is list, the second one is tuple, the third one is set, dictionary. Among these four data types, we have been told that list allows duplicate, and we know where to use it now. You be the one to think. Even in address, you can use list, because Christabel might be living in a particular place, and that same person also living in that street, and you guys are using the same bank. You might not know that column whereby you need to provide your address. If they have not used list method, which will allow duplicate, that application will crash immediately. Someone, maybe Christabel, first of all register her details and submitted, and I want to register and I live the same street with Christabel. Immediately I enter, it will just say not available. That is, someone has taken that street. That means that application, nobody is coming from that street again, which is very, very wrong. In fact, in the same compound, it's possible that the same husband and wife using the same bank, and they need to submit this their information. So it should be list, because list allow duplicate values. The entire family might want to submit their details separately, so it should be list should be used to allow duplicate values in that aspect. Now, in a case whereby you get to a stage where you need to provide your telephone number, in that case, you as a developer, you now think, is it possible for different users to be using the same telephone number? No, it's not possible. So in that case, you are not going to go to any of these four data sets. You now look at the one that does not allow duplicate, and that is how you now set it. And what differentiates them is this curly braces. About this curly braces, this either you use this, or you use this one, which is parentheses, or you use this curly braces. This one does not allow, this one allows duplicate, this one does not allow duplicate, this one does not allow duplicate. This one, it has its own properties. You can't change it, you can't delete, you can't remove. In names, you can decide to remove something, you can decide to do something, which we are going to get there very soon. So let me just quickly continue. Here, can you see the screen? Let me just continue here. So that is that about that. Let me just quickly continue, because of, yes, we have explained this one. Like this one is give example: apple, banana, cherry, apple, cherry. So this is a duplicate method. You are going to have this. Okay, thank you. I'm recording it, so you share it. You share the. I'll share the video link so that you can go through it. Then now, list length function. After accepting some values, so some of your customers, or yes, some of your customers details into the database, you want to know how many of them. You want to know how many of them have submitted their names, how many of them submitted their telephone numbers, how many of them submitted their BVN, How many of them submitted so. I don't know any of the information you want to. The way to do that is use this method. Let me quickly do that. Let me show us. Let me clear this. Yes. Let's say my list. I will use my list. My list equal to, then I will use the square bracket. Then I don't know. Just give me, you mention names for me. I'll use, okay, let me use Dave. I'll use 4 of us. I'll use Christabel. Please, if I didn't spell your name correctly, pardon me. Let me use, it must be in this thing, Christabel. Then I'll use I'll use Dave. Let me use Adegoke. Then myself, I'll use Aziz. So let's say these four data sets. Assuming that the name of this variable name is your customer's name at your own end, you now want to check how many have submitted, or you know it's possible for you to have very long something like this, which is possible. So you counting it one by one is ridiculous. So the best thing is you tell Python, print this thing for me. What are you printing? You now use the function, this function, print length. That is length. You want to see the length, that is the how lengthy the values are. So from there, just come here and say, what do you want to print? Length of what? You now copy my list there. My list, that is Python. I don't know how many of these people have submitted their details to the app, but it's only you as a developer that you'll be using, you'll be seeing this. So you just say Python, please let me know. This length means I want to know how many of them. So just say Python, print this for me. Then you run your code. Then it's going to tell you 4. It's going to tell you 4. That is only 4 so far I've submitted this. And the beautiful part of it is, without doing the practical, every year WAEC or JAMB or what's it called, WAEC or JAMB, yes, they normally do yearly registration. You just see that WAEC will just announce, sorry, let me use JAMB will just announce we have 1,600,000 and something thousand applicants so far. It's not that they are using their fingers or they are using their barrel to count. This is the secret behind it. They will just use this code to get the output within. It's not even going to up to 5 seconds. It's not going to up to 5 seconds before Python will print it out. So as each applicant are doing their registration, irrespective of their locations, or yes, their locations, is coming to their database, is coming to the code you have written. Then immediately you can write a script, Python script, that as they are submitting, what you just need is, I just want to be seeing 1, 2, 3. I want to know how many people have submitted. That's how many applicants have submitted their details successfully. Then if they just called you, if they just called you, guys, how many applicants do you have so far? You don't need to go to the number, is what you are going to see. Okay, we have 1 million yet, we have 2 million now, we have 100,000 now. So that is how it works. But you must have created a variable that you must have allowed using the input method, so that they can enter their names or their values anywhere, anytime, and it's coming here. This is just a method. I'm not saying this is the way to do it. This is just a method. The most important thing is you are using square bracket to collect different items that can allow the same value. That is, it allows duplicate. For instance, I can copy Christabel from here. I copied. Let me put comma. Let me paste. another person from another room have submitted this kind of details. If I rerun this code, it's going to give me 7 now. Just look at what is going to happen here. This is 4 already. If I rerun this code, it's going to give me 7. Imagine. So it will continue like that. It will continue like that. That is how list works. Now we have another thing that we have a lot of things, and the very beautiful thing about this is the same way list work is the same way tuple, set, and dictionary works. The only difference is the way they use either curly braces, either square bracket, or the parentheses. That is the only thing that differentiates them and their properties. So we have another thing. We have inside of this, we can have apple, we can have numerous things, we can have mixture. We can have mixture of them. List item can be of any data type. We can have exactly. We have this is string, this is integer, this is boolean, this is integer, this is string. So it does not mean that it's only one type of data we can have in a list. We can have so many type of data, and you remember the type of data we have discussed. We have discussed strings, we have discussed integer, we have discussed float, we have discussed complex, boolean, set, and so many of them. The chart I gave you in I think in some of our previous class. So that is that. Then the type of data we are working with, we can use this type instead of typing length. You can say you just use type. It will tell you the type of data you are working with. It will tell you the type of data you are working with. In this case, let me just demonstrate something for you so that I will use one stone to kill 20 birds. In this case, let me include numbers. Let's say age 21. Mr. Adegoke is 78 years old. Christabel is 100 years old. Me, I'm 21. I'm the smallest among you. Adekoke, Christabel, Mr. Dave Navaba, 101. Mr. Dave is 101 each. Then I can just add another thing. I can say true. Let's see which other data type I want to add. Let me put 5J. Yes, let me put 5J. So if I run this code now, it will just tell me the total number of items I have. I don't know. Let me just use it. I will know it. So I have 13 items now. Now, instead of this length, I want to know what type of data am I working with. The only thing I will just change is this length. I'll just change it to type. It will tell me is it list I'm working with, or look at you see the class of the type of data I'm working with is list. I'm working with list. What if the only thing that makes it list is because of this square bracket too? If I change this square bracket now, let's demonstrate it. That's why I said I will use one stone to keep plenty bird. So yes, let me close it. So if I run this, it's not going to give me list again because I've changed this square bracket to parentheses. So it's going to give me another data type. Among the 4, it's going to give me tuple. You see, that means if you want to identify tuple, this is the way you write tuple. It's still the same. Like I said, once you understand list very well, that knowledge or that idea is what you are going to be applying to every other 3 types. So that's why we must take enough time to explain the list. There is that same knowledge you are going to apply to set, tuple, and dictionary. So that is that. Look at, by changing this square bracket to parentheses, it says we are working with tuples. So if we change this to let's change it to, let me change it. I've changed it already to, you see, let me close it. I've closed it already. So it's going to change it from tuple. You see, it says set. It said set. set. Now we have mentioned 4. We have mentioned 4, and these 4 we have confirmed 3. That is from list. From I changed from square bracket, which is from list. I change it to that round. That round bracket is called parenthesis in coding, so you don't call it round bracket. So I changed from square bracket to parenthesis, which gives us tuple. So I change this from that parenthesis to curly braces. It says it is set. The last one is still the same thing with this, but it uses values and keys. It uses values and key. In a case whereby I want to say age, I will now put something like this. Then I will say 34. Then comma, I will say height, HEIGTH. I will put full colon. Then what is my height? I can say 200 meter, which is very, very wrong. So no one. So in this case, this is a dictionary. How does this work? This is what we are going to be putting inside of this to claim it as a dictionary. So in dictionary, the only thing that is different there is this: it will have values, so it will have keyword, and that keyword will have values, just like our normal English. If we have been giving some assignments while in secondary school, that they will ask us, okay, go and find the meaning of these words. Yes, find the meaning of these words. It's just simple as that. Dictionary, it will have keyword, then it will have values. That is, something must be assigned to it after this full colon. After this word, full colon. So say the data type. Let me see whether it's going to. Okay, it's not giving me. Yeah, it's giving me just properties. So that is that. This is dictionary. So we are going to see it when we get to that. So I will quickly forward the slide now. So how to get the type? We have done that. So I've used this type to treat both list, set, and tuple. So now list constructor. List constructor. Don't let me use this, but it's just a command to convert. Okay, to convert from. I will just show you some example. To convert from a particular data type to list data type. Let me just quickly, let me show us some beautiful way of doing that. Look at this now. We know that the output of this thing gives set. Yes. Now, if the type of data you are working with is in form of set, and you need a list type, not set type, because this set you can't change anything. This crystal you can't change it. This div you can't change it. Aziz you can't change anything here. But if peradventure you need to change some values here, then you need to convert it from this set to a particular set and do whatever you want to do. Then you now convert it back to your normal original set. What I mean is this: you can change, you can manipulate a particular list, and the type of thing they have given you is not in list form. And you need to manipulate something inside of it, and it is not allowed. So the only thing you do is use this constructor, list constructor. How do we use it? You need to, since you cannot change this, you need to first of all convert it to something you can change. So after converting it to something you can change, then you now change it, you now take it back. So far it must be in set, you now take it back. So we do that now. So let's say this, I'll just say list. Don't forget the answer is set already. List. I will now open bracket, or let me do it this way so that you don't get confused. Let me say this is the thing I want to convert. So I will now use that list constructor. List. This is the command. List. Then whatever I want to convert, I will just paste it inside. So I just copied and paste. Sorry, I cut first, then now paste it inside that list. That is, let me write it somewhere so that you can see it. What I did was this: list, like this. Then anything I want to convert, I just put it inside. That is exactly what I did. So the same thing happens there. Already I have values. That is, I have this from here to here already. And if you look at what I have here, is just the open and the close bracket for the list alone. If I run this thing now, it's going to change it from set to list. Why? Let me see. You can see it's now list. It is now list. That means I've converted that set data type to list using the list constructor. That is exactly what that list constructor does. Using this list constructor to make a list of your items, to convert it automatically. So that is what that one does. Now, fine. Now look at these properties, which are very, very important. I will advise you to maybe you take a note, or your note, or wherever you normally store your information. You see this first data type, like I've said, please don't joke with them. Try to identify them, try to know what they do. Like this one now is a collection which is ordered and changeable, and it allows duplicate members. Look at tuple. It's a collection which is ordered, fine. It is unchangeable. You cannot change anything inside. But if you need to change something inside by force, if it warrants you to change something by force from inside, you need to convert it from this tuple type to something that you can change, and which one you can use either list or dictionary. It is only dictionary and list that are changeable. Look at list and collection, changeable. Look at dictionary, changeable. But these other two, they are unchangeable. If you have set, you can't change it. If a data type comes in form of set or tuple, you can't change it. But if along the line you are working, along your application, along your development, you need to change something, you need to convert it. So that is why you have this option of list constructor. You just surround everything with list, or you just surround everything with dictionary, but list is the most preferable. Just convert it to list, do whatever manipulation you want to do, and you are good to go. So that is that about the collection array of these 4 data type. Please take note of that. Now if you look at dictionary, no duplicate. In our normal dictionary, we have at home either Merriam or Oxford or Encyclopedia. You will never see a word with duplicate. That is why they are using dictionary. In all dictionary, no duplicate in any dictionary. You can have a word with plenty meaning, not plenty word or more than one word. No repetition of words in dictionary. The same thing happens there. No duplicate members is allowed. That is, if you are looking for congratulations, you will never say congratulations.
You have 15 minutes more.
Okay, we have 15 minutes more. Okay, once it is 2 minutes, I will quit. Then we are going to switch to the next slide, the next link I sent. Just try to remember me. Thank you, sir. So that is that about these Python collections of the thing. I believe we are good with that. Can I continue? Or
Yes, sir.
okay, or let's do it this way. Let's quickly switch to our what's it called? Let's switch to our next what's it called? Our next link, right? I think we should just switch. Let's switch so that we can be good.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are waiting for others to join. We're using it this way. so that why are they still not joining? Let's wait for them 2 bit more. Okay, so it remains Christabel. Let's wait for her. Let's wait for her. All right, so we are back now. Let's continue with our slide. So now, how do we access items, and why do you think we need to access some items? Now, in a case whereby in your app, in your application that you have designed for a particular bank, I will still use bank or any organization you'll be working with, assuming that, and that is exactly what has been happening to you, but you don't know. Sometimes you have complaint, then you go to your bank. That's why I normally use bank, so that because we all use bank. You go to your bank and complain. Oh, I need to update something. I need, or maybe someone, I don't know why the charges is happening in my account like this way. I don't know, any complaint. You will notice that when you get to bank, what they will ask of you is, please write your account number. If they give you that option, write your account number, they will give you another option. I don't know my account number, write your BVN. They will give you another option. If you can't provide your BVN, write your telephone number or write your NIN. All those 4 parameters they ask you to provide is because it's meant for only you. It's meant for only you, so that they can use it to access your profile. If you can't provide any of this information, the next thing they will ask you is to provide your date of birth or to provide your name. But you see that name, they will be checking their system. If you take note, or if you have not been noticing them before, they will be checking their system and they will be looking at your face. They will look at the system, look at the face. Why? Because you have not given them something that will take you directly to the profile of yours. So if you have given them name, for example, I gave them Aziz, they will enter Aziz into their database. Fine, Aziz, there are plenty. So they will not be checking Aziz. They will check the name. It's not this one. They will scroll, but you won't see what they are doing. Just that you just be seeing them raising their heads, putting it down, raising it up, putting it down. That is exactly what is going on. Why? Because what you have provided for them to access your information is general. Assuming you have provided them with your BVN, it won't take long. They will just because your BVN is mainly for you, so no other person share it with you. Forget about you are not using one particular bank. The same BVN, that's why it's the same BVN. Anywhere you go, it will just go straight to your profile. So accessing items, this item means values, something. So how do we access what's it called, value? Does anybody join again? We have messages. Okay, now we have this. How do we access item? And I will show us some ways to access it. This is it. If you look at what is written here, list items are indexed and you can access them by referring to the index number. So in Python, there's something we call index number. Index means how automatically Python will assign numbers to these 3 items. I'm going to use what we have here to do that now. So now the first item is always referred to 0 in Python. The first item, which is supposed to be 1, if you have to count it now, say 1, 2, 3, we have 3 items. Yes, we have 3 items, you can see it. But in Python refer to the first item as 0. So this one you are seeing here, you are telling Python that Python print the first, that's one item for me. Anywhere you see this variable, this is the variable name. So you are using this square bracket to access it. You are telling Python that Python print this one, which you already know that it is banana that you should be expecting as a result. Let's demonstrate it. Look at, let me remove this. Let me remove this. Yes, good. I think we are good. Fine. So I'm going to say this list. Okay, let me just, I'll say my list. Then let's do them one by one. I want to do 0. What did I press? By chance, do you want to allow public answer? Sorry, I think I pressed something. I didn't check my key. I was just pressing. Okay, this one is set. Sorry, let me just correct this code. Okay, good. Process data is running. Stop and run. Yes, so it's fine now. So if you look at what we have here, I said my list. This is the data type, the names or whatever. So I want to see the first person. I said 0 is number 1. I want to see the first person on the list. So I'm expecting Dave. After I run the code, I have Dave here. So if I want to see Christabel, automatically, or we've told you that this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, like that. So if my intention is to print Christabel, so I will know in my mind that Christabel is number 1. It's represented by 1 in Python. So if I change this 0 to 1 and I run the code, it's going to print out Christabel for me. That is exactly what is going on. So the same thing happens here, like that. You must have known the location of this. Now, what if you have a very larger data, very long one, maybe thousands? Do you still need to be counting one by one? No, you don't need that. So what you just do is this. If you need to see the first one, you know that it is 0. If you need to see the last one, the last item, which in fact, fine, we can't even see it here unless I scroll. So if I want to see the last one in Python, so it's still the same method, just that the number will be different. So seeing the last item or the last value in a list, we use -1, -1. -1 means go and start from the end. Start from the end and print the value for me. So if I run this code, see, I have 5J. So that is exactly what I have here, 5J. You see, if I want to see second to the last, I say start from the other way around, but 2. This time around is not -1. Sorry, this one starts from 0. So there's nothing like -0. That is why it is not starting from -0. That's why it's starting from -1. Assuming there is something like -0, we will have started it from the other way around by saying -0. But since there is no -0, so it's rather -1. So that is why this. So if you want to print this, it's still the same thing. So I don't know what I have at the second to the left and next. So I have true. So that means towards the end, the second to the last item I have is true, like that. That is how we do that. Also, what if I want to bring out Dave and Christabel alone and Adegoke or Aziz or I don't know? Can we still bring, instead of bringing them one after the other, can we bring some groups together? Yes, we can still bring some group of the values together and print it out. It will still give us another group of sets another group of list, I mean. So how do we do that? You now give range. You give range. Here you use column. I don't know. Let me say I want to start from div, and I'll quickly explain something, and I want you to grab it. I want to start from div. I want to print out div. It's possible that, okay, your CEO just called you. Guy, I don't know how many students are, sorry, I said student. I don't know how many customers have submitted their details. You know what you do for me? Print out the first 20 out for me. Let me see. The first 20. Okay, what you just do is this. Okay, the first 20, you start from 0. You know, Python start from 0. Then 20. Okay, I will go to 20 first. Let's start from 2. Let's print 2. Let's print div and Christabel. Let's see how the code works. So once we understood that one, we can now start increasing it. So 0 is from div. You put full column, not semicolon, full column. That is, print from 0 to, now put 3. Now the question here is this. This is 1. Sorry, this is 0. This is 0. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 3. The intention was, I want to print from div to Adegoke, and counting using Python language to Adegoke is 2, because this is 0, 1, 2. Now this code will print from div to Adegoke, but not to Aziz. How is this? Python will take from the 0 and stop at the number before the specified number. It will stop at the number before the specified number. For instance, this 3 means it should stop at 2. If your intention is to print Aziz, you can't. 0, 1, 2, 3. So Aziz is number 3. So you've increased this by 1. You put it as 4. But I won't do that now. Let's do it first. Let's see what this one will give us. Look at what we have. We have div, Christabel, and Adegoke is 0 to 3. About counting is 0, 1, 2. 3 is supposed to be Aziz, but Aziz is not included here. So that is exactly what I just finished explaining. This 3 means it should stop at the number before the 3. If I change this to 4, then Aziz will be included. You see, Aziz is now included. Now, like the question I asked you, that your CEO or the manager called you, guy, I don't know the name they will be calling you, print out the first 20 customers that submitted their details for me. So the next thing to do is you pick from 0. Your intention is to stop at 20. So you stop at where? You stop at there. Who can give me example? You stop at where? If you want to stop at, you want to print out 20 customers names. From 0 to where?
0 to 21.
0 to 21?
Yes.
Are you sure?
If you want to include the 20, right?
Yes.
You will stop at 21. So it's going to exclude 21.
It's going to exclude
21.
Let's do the mathematics very well.
It will 0 be inclusive.
Okay.
21 will exclude.
Yes, we want the first 20 names to be printed.
Yes, sir. The question is that, do you want to say from 0 to 20 to be sure as the output?
Yes.
Or want to be sure as the output? That means you start from 0 to 21.
Yes.
21 be excluded. That is 1 before the final destination. So 0 to 20 will be shown on the output.
Yes.
So it's from 0 to 21.
Okay, good. Do you agree with that? Very correct. So that is exactly what will happen. Yes, sir. Mr. Adib, I think you are talking.
21? Yes, sir.
Okay.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you now, sir.
I am thinking it's 20 because 0 is part of it. So 0 is one of the first customer. So if you say 21, what should be 21 customers, and you should stop at 20.
Okay, I think I grab what you are saying. Yes, your intention was to print out 20 customers name, right? Yes, that was the question. To print
Customer.
20
Yes.
customers name. Now,
And zero.
yes,
Okay, so I agree with Mr. Deep. I agree
exactly.
with 20 new customers. I
So
think we
it
are
will
talking
be,
about the numbers.
yeah,
Make we start from 0 to
to
20.
20. Exactly. Christabel, do you agree with that?
It's okay.
Yes. So that is exactly what happened. Now, what if I don't know. Let me quickly do that. How many items did you say we have here before? We said 13, I think. 13, right? Let's prove it. Let me just quickly change it. Print length of my what? My list. So this one will print how many items we have. Okay, we have 13. Now, what happen if I increase this to, this 4, 1, 2, 3, stop at Adegoke. I mean, stop at Aziz, right? Is 0, 1, 2, 3. That's 4 items. Then, what if we have 13? What if I change this to 13? Let's see. I have this as 13. I have J. Fine. It printed everything out for me. Cool. What if I now increase it to 14? What will happen? Let's run it. You can see it's not bringing out any other thing. Even if I increase it to let's say 20, so far the item is not even up to, okay, I said 127, sorry, let's say 20. Even if it is 120, doesn't mean, you can see it's only printed out the whole items inside this list, but irrespective of the way I increase the numbers, it does not affect on this output. So far is no more than that. It will only give out what it have inside, not, it can't create more than what you have, just like you can't give out what you don't have. So that is exactly what is happening here. So that is that about the positive indexing. Yes. What about the negative indexing? Now, I want us to still contribute. Now I want to print out from 5J. Fine. I have it here, thank God. From 5J to 100. Who can think of the code, the code to put here? When we did Dave Christabel Adegoke, you start from 0 to 4, 0 to 3, so that you print this for me. That is 0, 1, 2. It won't include the 3. So, but now my intention is to print 100, 101, 2, and 5J. Who can think? Or should I first of all do demonstration? I should do like one.
To minus.
Okay.
Minus 5.
Minus 5.
Minus 1 to minus 5.
Okay, minus 1 column minus 5. Do you agree with this? Do you agree with this?
I think minus 5. Minus 5 column minus 1.
Minus 5 full column minus 1. Okay. I will still do it. Let me copy and paste. We are going to do everything. You said minus 5 full column minus 1.
Did you say from 100 to 5G or 5G to 100?
Yes,
So in case the
from
answer
here.
question is coming from.
Yes, from here. We want to print out this.
5G to 100.
Yes, we want to print out this. The instruction is print out this. We printed this out first, and we increase it. We printed this out. We increase it to maybe some way. We just manipulated it. But here, let me comment this. You grab what I'm saying now. Let me comment out this. Let me comment it. Commenting. You know what comment does, right? I don't want the code to run. So let's say I print. Okay, I think I have it copied. So let's say I want to print from the last this thing. I say -2. -2 will print true for me, right? Good. If I say -5, what will -5 print out for me? What will it print out for me? This is the set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's minus it will print 78, right? I should be expecting 78. Yes, this is 78. Now let's do the normal this thing. I said Python should print from 0 to 0 full column 4. So I'm expecting to stop at, yes, as this. Fine. Now the other way around, which is the negative indexing. If you look at this, just that I don't want you guys to get confused. Although we are going to run this now, you see what we are getting, or you first of all correct yourself before we run it. This one is giving us this way, but if you look at it, just that we have not done the two of it using the negative. That is why it's somehow convincing. It's somehow convincing, but don't let it confuse you like that. So the question now is this: we want to print from, that's 5J, yes, 5J to 100, yes, 5J to 100. What will be the code to run? What will be the code to run 5J to 100? 5J to 100. So correct your code before we run it. Yes. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
From 5G to 100, sir.
Yes, we want to print this from 100 to 5J. Yes. We want to bring out this. We want to bring it out like this.
Okay. Yes, sir. 9 column.
No, let assume now that you don't have access to see the last digit.
Yes, sir.
You have like
Yes, sir.
50,000 of these items, so there's no way for
Yes,
you
sir.
to scroll and see the last. But the question is, okay, print out the first last items. The first last item. That's the question now. Print out the first last item. So what will you do? What will be the code?
From 100, sir.
No. We don't even know now. We don't even know the values now. We don't know the values.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to get the message, sir. Is it from 100?
No. Let us assume. The assumption is this: we have largest data set that we don't even know the end. We don't know where it ends.
Okay, sir.
Now the question now is, bring out the last 5 items that ends that data, so that we can see it.
If they say the last 5 items,
Yes.
I would say -6 colon -1.
Okay, you will say -6, right? -6 column -1. Okay, this is for Christabel. Okay.
No.
Yes.
No. I wouldn't say -6. Wait. I
Okay.
would actually say wait. Because okay, now normally from what you told us now,
Yes.
you told us if you want to bring out an item,
Yes.
the last figure, that last figure will not be added. It is removed.
Wait.
Stored before
From where?
figure.
From where? Is it why you are using positive indexing or why you are using negative indexing?
When you are using positive index.
Okay, fine. Yes, you are right with that.
And so if I say -1 now, I don't know if it will get to this last figure.
Okay, now the question now is this: if you are using negative indexing, there's nothing like -1. I'm sorry, -0. It will take the last item as -1. So if you are counting it, it will be it will start from -1 automatically. So -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6.
That means it will be -1 to -5.
Okay, I should change this 6 to -5, right?
will come out since there's no zero.
Yes, there's no zero from the other way round. So this is for who? Who gave me this? Yes, sir.
The one I said.
That's Dave Abi. Yes, sir.
I think you said we have a long range of numbers. We want to take the last 5 values.
Yes.
0 to 3 minus 1 colon minus 6.
Minus 1. Let me copy. You said minus 1. Minus 6. So why will you say that?
Because the minus 1 will be inclusive, while the minus 6 will be exclusive.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let me change this to Adegoke. So we are going to have the result for these 3 and see. Let's count. Now that we can count, right? We can count. Let's see what we are expecting at the end. Let's see what we are expecting. We are expecting minus 5j because it's minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. So we are expecting 78 to 5j. Let's see what who get it right. This code is not going to run. Why? Because we have error there. Someone has given us error. Yes, I know it will not run.
Print. That print. There's no P on my own.
Okay. And let me still run it. It will still run. Okay, it's even run, but no answer. You can see what happened. Christabel, you have a value for it. We are expecting 3 different answers. No, for you to know that one is not running, let me comment this one. Look at this one is not giving us output. We have 13. This one gives 13. So it is Adegoke code that is not bringing out anything. It's bringing out empty. And why was that? Just because Adegoke, are you with us? All of you can unmute yourself because this is interacting. You can unmute yourself, except where you are is noisy, but we can still tolerate. We can still manage it. So if you look at what we have here, we are not seeing the 5G, right? Or can we see the 5G in our output?
The 5J is not there.
The 5J is not there.
That's the 5J.
Yes. So the 5J is not there. The 5J is not there. We need it there. Now again, Mr. Adegoke, your code is not bringing out anything. Do you know why? Because what information you have passed to Python is that Python, go and start from -1 to -6. And Python will now tell you, they did not teach me how to rearrange you, because you have not used the word sort. How to rearrange is sort. You have not instructed me to sort things for you. What you only did is I should print the list of this string for you. But what Python is understanding here is this. It's saying from your code, it's saying -1, which is 5J. You are telling Python to start from 5J. After 5J, you should pick true. After true, you should pick 101. After 101, you should pick 100. I should pick 78. I should pick 21. So Python will not do this for you. Is that taken, Mr. Adegoke? Because this code, you are right too, but you have to tell Python that print from so place to so place. Not that you should pick this one first, because this code here says Python should pick this one. After that, you should pick this one. You should pick this one. You should pick this one. Print this one. That means 5J, true, 101, 100, 78, not 78, 100, 101 through 5J. That is exactly what this code is telling Python. So it's the other way around. That's why Python is not listening to you. So now we want the J to be included. Who can think of what to do? Who can think of what to do to these two either of these, because they are the same thing? Who can think of what to do? Let me give you an hint. Let me give you an hint. I have not given you that before, but let me give you now. Let's assume that that we have some data set here, and we have 50,000 of them, 50,000, and you've seen this to this place. Fine, you can quickly count them: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And you want Python to start either from here, from 6 or from 7 till the end, and you want to see everything that remains in the data set. You want to see them. All you just need to do is to come here and say, Python, print from 7 for me, and full color, and you don't put anything. So Python will take it from 7, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will take it from 21 till the end. So let's see. This is it. This is exactly. Now this is the method you are going to use, because this one is not bringing out the. Don't forget that he's seeing it as 7 to, if you say 7 to 9. Now if you say 7 to 9, don't forget this 9 will not be included. That is exactly what has happened here. This 9 will not be included. You are telling Python to start from -5 and stop at a number before -9. -1. So the number before -1 is that true. So if you want to print that J included, all you just need to do is to tell Python that you say -5, abi, -5, full colon, then you run your code. This is it. I wanted to give you as an assignment before, but no assignment. So this is it now. Hope it's clear.
Yes.
So that's the trick. If you want to see the last item, just only one last item, you use -1. But if you are collecting it in range, so you just know where you have to stop or where you have to start from, then minus, you say, okay, you can say -10. If I increase this to -10, let's say -10, to full color. So it will print from, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It will start from 101. So my output will be 101. Then I'll be good. Where is the output? I'm seeing another thing. What have I pressed?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You started counting from the front.
Yeah, instead of I wanted to put I thought I cancelled that minus.
Okay.
Yes, I thought I cancelled that minus. So it will be 101 till the end. So that is exactly what happened. So if I put -10, so it will come from that 5J continuously like that, but that one is suicide mission. So you are doing all of this. You must master this, just because you might be dealing with very larger data set that you might not even see the end, or probably the data your customers or the client have submitted through the app very much. In fact, if all of these Lagos people residents are to use the app, you won't be able to use your fingers or be using your biro to be counting who is this, who is that. The first thing to know how many people have submitted, use length. Now, to bring out some range of people, that's their names or their telephone number or whatever, you use this indexing method. Let me quickly continue. That's how to access data. So this is negative index. We have talked about that, so we won't be wasting much of this. This is range of indexes. Okay, let me share the screen. So this is range of indexes, this is negative index, and these are the yes, like this one is this example returns the item from Sherry. This is Sherry to the end. So if we have not specified anything after the full column, to take every other thing. So range of negative indexing, yes, exactly. Look at the explanation. This example returns the items from the orange, which is -4. This is -1, -2, -3, -4. But mango will not be included. This mango, because it's -1. Don't forget that I've explained that. So check if an item exists. Yes, I think this one is very, very important. This one is very, very important. Do you know why I said this is important? Who can give me one application of where we can apply this? Who can just think? Just think as a developer now. Just quickly think as a developer. Where do you think you can apply this? For instance, let me just give us. For instance, now I work in a bank, and someone just walk into the bank and complain, hey, what did you owe me? They've stolen my money. I don't know who is transferring my money. So the first question that I will ask the person is, please, madam or sir, give me your account number. Now, if it is possible that maybe out of frustration, the person have entered into the wrong bank, so the first thing I need to do is to check. I will now use this code. I will check if that person information is with that bank database, because you must first of all confirm it. Someone cannot just run into bank and say, hey, they have stolen my money, they've done this, they've done that. You can't just start doing or shaking. You have to confirm whether the person has his information with you in that bank. So we use this if statement to check whether that particular item or that particular information exists. And this is what we do. This is what we do. So we quickly do this. We do this now. Let's see. I will manipulate something here. I'll say customer challenge. Assumption. Don't follow it. Customer challenge. I will not say input. Then I will say, what is your name? Let's assume you have used name. You want to use name. If it is BVN, you want to use to cross check. If it is NIN, you want to use to cross check. If it is telephone number, you want to use to cross check from the customer. You just say, madam, give me your BVN, give me your account number, give me your. Just say, what is account number, what is your whatever. Now, inside the database here, is now what we are going to link. Oh, excuse me. Give me some minutes. So we are good to go. I never knew I didn't plug my phone. So let us assume if it is name you want to use or whatever you want to use. So just ask the person to enter it. Then you now link it. So how do we link it? We now use this code. If whatever in this list, so I'll manipulate it now. If customer whatever in my list, then full column, I will now print. I will now say your information found. Else, although I'm combining things together, else print you are not our customer. I've combined so many things here. Just pardon me. Now, okay, I don't want all of this one to run. Let me comment them. I don't want them to run. Sorry. I don't want them to run. So now, look at this code. What it will do is this. Customer challenge, that is my complaint. Someone have entered. This is a code that will guide you to first of all check. The first step is, do you have any information with this bank? If yes, then you can proceed with the investigation. So you need to first of all confirm this. So there's something we call if-else statement. If statement or if-else statement in Python. This is now what you will do. You allow the user or the person or anybody to enter whatever you need to confirm from that person. Then you now link it. Don't forget, this is the database. We call this type of thing database. That is where you store information. So we have so many ways of storing information. Is it the type of information that you want to be changing often and often, or is there some information that you don't need anybody to tamper with it? That is where you now decide, is it going to be list or tuple or set or dictionary? If you don't want anybody to tamper with your data set, you use tuple because it is unchangeable. You use set, it is unchangeable. But if it is dictionary and list, you can change them. And don't forget what to use to differentiate them, either square bracket, curly braces, or the parentheses. Please take note of that. Now just look at what this code will do. If I run it, let me run it first and see what we do. So from this it's telling me, madam, let me just say please, what is your name? Please, let me put it this way, please, what is your name? You just look for something that is maybe, I don't know. So what is your name? You just say let's say Dave. If I put Dave, look at what it says. It says your information found. You won't be seeing this. Is the customer service or whatever you want, you go to and complain, is you will be seeing this on user screen. Just say, okay, information found. Definitely this person has information. It has a bank account with us. This is the first message. So if you now want to continue with your code, that's why you see you open some code, it will be plenty, very long. That is applications for you. It's stage by stage. This is the first stage. The second stage is to check your account balance. Then you now continue with another set of code. Now let's assume that, okay, Adekoke, fine. Let me say, okay, I'm sorry, I said Dave, fine. Let me say another person came to lodge complaint. And what this code will do is, if you check, let me interpret this code for you, please. If customer challenge, what is customer challenge? Whatever you type here, if whatever you type, that's the meaning. If whatever you type is inside of this my database, because this is my database, then you now tell Python print your information is found. Or else, if you have typed nonsense, if whatever you typed is not in my database, although it is in my database, if Python cannot see it, you just say, Oga, you are not our customer. This is exactly what it's going to be. So we are going to test run this now. Let's see whether it will run. If we try to enter a name that is not listed among this name, who can give us one name? Give us one name.
AC.
Spell it. Okay, AC like this, right?
Right.
Okay, let's see. You just say, Oga, you are not our customer. So what you just said, that kind of person is, mommy, I don't know whether you have provided the wrong information or you don't have an account with us. If it is account number you have provided, that is how it works. If it is account number you want to use to verify that person, you must have, people must have submitted their account details and you have it collated inside something like this. If it is BVN, you must have or collated like millions of BVN together. Any type of parameters you want to use to identify anybody. This is what you just do. If it is telephone number, just put the telephone numbers there. Then when anybody is coming, you just say what is your whatever, you know, the kind of message you are going to pass here now. If it is BVN, just say please what is your BVN. If it is NIN, please what is your NIN. If it is your date of birth, please what is your date of birth. Anything you want to use to verify that person. So that is exactly what you are going to list here. Then you now put this, just this short line of code. Okay, if whatever the person is providing is present in this database, then Python print information found, print okay, successfully login. We have ways to combine things here. In a situation whereby you have to log into a particular profile, to ask for your username and password, this is what you still use. If the information, that's if the username you are passing is in that user, we call it username, you now use concatenation. You just say and if the password you are providing is also in whatever, you must have provided a lot of password, then you just say login successfully. Else, if any of this username or password you have entered is incorrect, you just say you have entered incorrect username or password. So it's still the same thing here. And don't forget, before you can say you want to log into any bank, or sorry, into any applications, you must have registered with them. And that same information you used to register with them, they have stored it in their own database. So anytime you are coming, it will ask for those two things. It will now use this if statement to confirm whether truly you have registered or whether truly you remember what you have used. Look at this, what's it called? This name. I used Dave in the first place. Let me use Dave again. I now mistakenly type this, whereas this is what I have in the database. This one will not work. It will never work. You see, you are not our customer, because this is totally different from this. Even at all, if I put EE, I intentionally put EE, Dave, it will still check it. Say Dave, me I don't have something like Dave in my database. You say you are not our customer. That is why it's not good to customize name. Your NIN details is different from your VBM details. It will contradict. They will tell you you are not the person. So this is exactly what is happening, because what you have used to store a particular of your database in that particular, I don't know, they will be using it, they will be referring to it in somewhere else. And once they see that there's E here, there's EE here, you are not the same person. That is exactly the way they have programmed all of this app. So, and this is exactly the code behind most of them. But the only thing you just need to do or to take note of is, in fact, what this one says, what this code says here. Let me yes, this is it, this yes, this statement here, you know, this is where we started from. You see, all with different qualities and usage. This thing is very, very important. You must know their usage, that is what differentiates them. And what differentiates them is this. I think they explain them here. I think it was listed somewhere. Let me see. Yes, I think here. Not even here. I think, let me just, this is where we, I think, access. Yes, this is, we have done access. Check. We are here now. Let me see how to change. You can also change, like we have said that in list we can change. You can change some range. I want to show you another very important keynote that you must not joke with. Yes, we can delete, we can clear list, we can loop through a particular list using while loop. In fact, all of these, they are now included in the video. You enjoy it, you can just quickly go through them. So for us in this my list append, we can append this. Let me see whether it's going to be towards the end. I will just, that is very important. It's a must for you to know it. It's very important. That's why I'm looking for it. You can copy this, and don't forget, everything here that we can do for this is what we can do for other things, just that what differentiates them is different from what we do to others. Yes. Tuple. Yes. This is tuple, round bracket. Tuple use round bracket, like I've said, and we have confirmed that before. This is access tuple. So how do you access tuple? Just this, you can see, just the same way, the same thing we did in what's it called, list. Still the same thing. There's something I must, okay, we have said that list is square bracket, tuple is parentheses. Please be taking note of them. I want to show us set. Set is the set we did in mathematics while in secondary school. You see that symbol that normally curve. It's called curly braces. So that is when we get there. This is set. I'll see what here. Curly braces. That's curly bracket for set. And this is the symbol. Then the last one, which is key. That's dictionary. You can join, we can do all sorts of things that we did for others. We can do it here too. Now, dictionary are used to store data value keys. We have keys and value. Key and value. So we are going to see some example here. Look at dictionary are written with curly braces too. Curly braces. Just that it will have keys and value. See example. Yes, this is it. The curly braces close brand, then this is the key, this is the value, this is the key, this is the value. This one is clearly explained. We have year, we have 1964. That is, the key value is, the key is year, the value is the model of a particular car is brand. Is it brand? Is Ford. The model Mustang. Let me show us another way. Another one is changeable. Duplicate not allowed. We don't allow duplicate in dictionary, just like a normal dictionary. So the year cannot be 1964 and we have 1964. So it will not accept it. It will throw back error immediately. So we can do length of dictionary. We can do all sort of things we did for list. That's why I say once you understand list very well, you have no problem in what's it called, the other data set, another data type. So before we do, let me just, there's one project I want us to do for tonight. For okay, in fact I'm giving you all the this thing is something you can do while watching the videos. You can just go through this, because this is almost all the slides I used to teach full Python. So you have it already in the video, so you can just go through it. Then if you have any question,
we have 8 minutes now.
8 minutes? Really? Wow. Why is this one so fast? Why is this so fast?
Yes, sir.
I don't understand. Why is it so fast? Who fast all the time? Okay, maybe this is what I will do then. Nobody. And we are almost at the project. I want to explain it. I don't want to rush it. This is what I want us to do. Take note of this. It is very, very important. How to generate calendar. This is the code. You can try it tonight. You change this 2020 to 2024. It will give us the present calendar. You import calendar as cal. You call the cal dot print cal. That's PR cal. then you put it inside the parentheses 2020, then you put it in 4, that is want 4 column. If you put 5, it's going to change. If you put 6, it's going to change. If you put 3, it's going to give you 3 columns. So it's only 3 columns and 4 columns that works. Or you can also do 6. You can do 6 columns also. It will work. But this is the project I want us to do. And what you are seeing here is actually is a project already, but I will manipulate it. Maybe I will include it in the video I'm going to send. So I will name it project work. So you can go. I'll make sure I explain it. The way I normally do it is to give you as an assignment. I'll first of all teach this type. I will not tell you some things to do to manipulate it and submit. But since there's no much time, I will include it separately on the particular video. I will name it project. Then I will tell you the importance of it, then how to go about it. Especially, it will this thing you are seeing, it means a lot. You can just see that how to format date. Fine. How to format date is just the what's it called? The title. But what it does is, if you are working in a particular organization, especially the secretary, they just tell you, please let me know how long has Mr. Adegoke spent in this organization. So with this code, it can give you, you have spent 700 and whatever days, you have spent 2 years. These are the output. So this is what they do. They don't need to go and carry paper and start using pencil or biro to shape books. With this code, you just need to enter some parameters. It will tell you the actual days, actual years, actual, in fact, if it is hours, minutes, you want to know, it will just give you everything. So I will make sure I include everything in that project work for us. So I think, okay, that